What's happening?
What's up?
On today's Love Your Body podcast, we're going to be talking about how the viral video about my 500-pound tire flip. And I know you're watching it right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we at 8 million views, something like that?
We're at, just on TikTok alone has 8 million. I mean, I'm looking at the world stars right now. Oh, here it is. Hold on, I'm going to come back to it. On World Star, it's got 300,000. It got shared on House of Highlights.
Yeah.
On Her Turf. I can even keep track of it now at this point.
Yeah, all these places that I didn't even know existed. So,
I've been freaking out the
which
whole
is
time.
pretty cool. Yeah, I know you're more freaking out than I have been.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's so funny because so many people have asked, when was this video? What is this? Are you a powerlifter? All these things. So we wanted to get on here and
because that's what's crazy is like for it to have 8 million views.
I know.
And nobody really knows the entire backstory.
Exactly.
Of what was actually happening, what was at stake with all of that. And that's what blows my mind, that people are that inspired, that motivated, that touched by the video. And they don't even, there was so much more at stake than what you even put in the caption.
Right.
I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to just kind of play this real quick.
Yeah, play it. Can you? Yeah, I think you should be able to hear it.
Let's go!
World Star!
I love it. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
So I know you couldn't see that if you're just listening on Spotify or Apple iTunes.
And we have the live on TikTok right now happening as well. So welcome, guys.
Go to TikTok.
Yeah, go to TikTok. It's on my Instagram, and the link in the bio. It's on my stories. Literally, you just have to swipe up to see it. Pretty much everything. We have any way that you could possibly find this out there. So thank you to all the people who've come over to my Instagram from TikTok. Thank you to everybody that doesn't even have a TikTok who has made TikToks, i.e. Blake.
Yeah. I've been making fun of TikTok since it came out, and now here I am.
Oh my gosh, these comments are ridiculous. So, but yeah. So let's see. What do you want to? How do you want to go?
I'm gonna kind of take over.
Okay, you take over a little bit.
Because what I guess nobody really knows, of those 8 million people.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That tire flip happened at my competition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a promoter for Strongman Corporation, and that was one of the events. It was the 5th and final event of my Strongman competition. I was the promoter. I put it on. Dani was a competitor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been really fun to watch it because I watched it live. You see me kind of walk through in the video.
Yeah, he walks through in all my videos. So yeah,
so
literally.
I had the closest view of anybody, and
yeah.
now this video from like behind me is going literally viral.
Yeah, and that was but from another competitor that was filming for me.
Found out viral means 5.5 million.
Yeah.
I didn't know viral had like an actual qualification.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But from that, Strongman, the competitions are a point system.
Yeah.
Going into that tire flip event, Dani here was in the lead.
Yep.
But by a little bit.
So tell them real quick. So what was there before that? There was a 325-pound back squat that I did for like 14 reps.
Yeah, there was a back squat.
There was a yoke carry. Which was how heavy? It was like, was that 400 or was that?
This was also 2 years ago.
Well, like a year and a half.
Year and a half ago. Summer 2019.
Yeah, so pre-COVID, guys.
Yeah, very pre-COVID. There was a sandbag medley. Mm-hmm. There was a deadlift, clean and press medley.
Oh yeah. So that was like 400 pounds as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it was a lot. Like
it was a pretty taxing day, for the competitors.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the weight classes were. I mean, it was a tight race. And going into that 5th and final event, it was the tire flip. It was going to come down to the tire flip.
Mm-hmm.
And with all the middleweight and the heavyweight women, nobody could flip it.
They're saying Superwoman.
Yep.
Thank you.
No one could flip this tire.
Mm-hmm.
So if no one could flip it, we were going to have to go to a smaller tire and completely like redo the entire 5th event.
Right.
So,
which I did not want to do. I was done.
Yeah,
I was
nobody wanted
over
to do
it.
it, but everyone tried. Some people couldn't even get the tire off the ground. Some people kind of like got it off, but couldn't get the momentum to flip it.
Right.
So it came down to if Dani could flip it. If she couldn't flip it, we were starting over.
Yeah.
And everybody's already so exhausted.
Yeah.
So then she started flipping it, and I think you tried once, and then like re-gripped, and then that's when the video starts.
Right.
And started going up, and then everyone is in like 8 million people.
Yep.
Saw what happened next.
Right.
And the rest is history. But what was so exciting about that, and people are talking about your reaction, that the intensity of the celebration and everything like that. What people don't realize is that sealed the deal. Yeah. That was for first place. That was for overall.
Yeah, and for people that don't understand strongman competitions, a lot of times you don't know like where you're standing at, right? And so thank you guys, y'all are so sweet. That you don't understand where like you stand, because you think you're winning, but maybe the points, and then maybe you're it's an even break, whatever. And so that's how it was with me and this other competitor, and then everybody else under us, kind of. And it's one of those things where like to know that like we don't even have to get to the final award ceremony, that like I won. It was just epic. And this was the first strongman competition in Nashville to be held, and to have my best friend put it on, plus have me sponsor it. So I was there, I had my booth, I had clients fly in to come see me for this event. I had clients show up, families, my parents came. Like, this was a big deal. It was a huge day, I had helped other sponsors get a part of the event. Like, it just, it was a community thing. There were thousands of people that showed up to that expo that day. And you can, in the full video, you actually see, like, as I go to lift the tire, it falls, right? And so I get back into it, and people like walked away. And that's something that my clients and me have pointed out, that like really it's an analogy for like all of everything that I've gone through in my struggle and in my business and in my life, of people giving up on me because I didn't do what they needed right in that moment. And so it just was, that's why it was, again, so emotional, because it's like, not only did I win, but all the women there that were competing against me were cheering me on, because strength is strength. And so to see that, like, you can do that, you know what I mean? Oh my God, he's looking at these comments on World Star. Okay, hold on, we'll get to that. But like, to see that I was able to do it, it showed them something that like they physically couldn't do, but like, I don't know, it was a whole vibe, and just to be there was beautiful, and people were crying and people were excited, and it really was like the perfect day.
Oh, I mean, it was incredible. I mean, that was the first competition in Nashville that was sanctioned through an actual corporation of strongman.
Yeah.
And so to have that in that environment, in the hometown.
Yeah.
And,
where we train. Yep.
Yep.
From Nashville, Tennessee.
I mean, and Nashville came out and represented. I mean, you see like the people in the background of her video.
Right.
But it was like that the entire, like, wrapped around at that competition.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that part was awesome.
Yeah. And
that kind of gives you the backstory on the actual video of what was going on in the video.
Yeah.
Now we fast forward a year and a half later.
Mm-hmm. And I posted it on a Thursday, so I was doing kind of like a throwback Thursday, and whatever. And I had been dealing with just like, I don't know, a lot of like self-doubt things, and a lot of like whatever. And it was one of those things, just like over like COVID and everything that had happened in the past year. And it really was just one of those days where I was feeling good. I was loving myself, feeling confident, got my hair done, spray tan by Shauna, all these things, whatever. And then literally, like, we get into, I get into where, okay, I'll post it real quick. I put my phone up, and all of a sudden I start getting these notifications about followers on Instagram. And I was like, what is happening? And so I look back on my TikTok, and I see that it's like 500,000 views or something. And I'm like, what? And I just was kind of like, I don't even know what that means, but like, okay, I'm here for it. Call him up. But I don't even know what I said. Like, I mean, what was your reaction when I was telling you?
I mean, you didn't tell me a number the first time you called.
Okay.
You're just like, there's a lot of views that going on, and I was in the middle of something, so it was real quick, and it was like, okay, it's doing well.
Yeah.
And then like, I was trying to, it was on a Thursday, I was working with some clients, and I just kept getting calls, kept getting screenshots, and
yeah,
I was like,
I got people from high school sending stuff, people are like hyping it up, like,
it was,
yeah.
And it wasn't until you said something about House of Highlights.
Yeah.
Which I'm a sports guy.
Which I don't even know what that is.
I'm a sports guy.
Yeah.
I've been following House of Highlights, obviously ESPN, Sports Center, all Omar stuff. It's like, I've been on that for a while. I mean, it's literally, it's like SportsCenter's top 10, but
Yeah.
in a social media feed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go there and just get lost on some like just highlights from all different
Right.
types of sports. So when you said that, I was like, wait a second, let me sit down for a second.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like trying to go, but of course I didn't have a TikTok. I couldn't go
Told
to your
you to make
TikTok.
one 4 months ago, but it's fine.
Yeah, I could have been tagged in this.
You could.
But no, it was like, I don't know. Then once I realized that this was really taking off,
Yeah.
and like, I downloaded a TikTok
Yep.
and made a little account. At first, my username was like user 76543 whatever.
Yep.
And,
Ratchet.
yeah. Just changed it, by the way.
Thank you. I think everyone's thankful for that.
Yes.
Okay.
But once I realized it was real, and I was like, oh, like Dani, this is big. This is fucking huge.
I was like, is it?
and so I think that's when it really started, like, kind of when I started freaking out, it's when you started, like, really freaking out.
Yeah.
And then it was just one thing after another of who was saying what.
Yeah.
High School Musical and comedians.
Yeah.
And man, it's just been an absolute wild ride, and it seems like moment to moment
Mm-hmm.
feels like something is happening.
Yeah.
We've gotten new clients.
Yep.
Through TikTok.
Right.
We've gotten some of
we
our
personal
workout
train,
videos.
we virtual train. Yeah.
Workout videos.
Got people ordering shirts on them all over.
T-shirts.
Love your body, fight for what you want.
So,
yeah, all the things.
This is me going to take a moment. If anyone from TikTok is listening, anybody who's put these views out, I personally want to take a time, like a little second to thank you, because I was, I'm not even going viral. I'm just here riding some curtails, literally. And now here I am, like, really, like, cutting down on how many jobs I have and really just jumping on this bandwagon full force. And y'all think this was crazy. Just wait for what's about to happen.
Oh my gosh.
So the thing that got me the most excited
This is ridiculous.
was that it got shared on worldstarhiphop.com.
WorldStar.
WorldStar! I mean, growing up,
no.
WorldStar was like it. That was where the best fight videos were. Everything was like what couldn't be on regular social media was on WorldStar. It was back when it was just a website, and it's like eBaum's World and WorldStar is where I just went to, like, for the real internet. And the fact that it got posted with the title is Beast Mode, Brolic Chick flips a huge tire like a boss. And for the most part, obviously I'm going to pick out the worst of the worst, but for the most part on all platforms, because I've been going through the comments trying to, like, reply to people, anybody that's trying to, like, buy things and, like, inquire on who we are, what we do.
Right. Easiest way to do that also, go to Instagram, DaniDFitness1. That's the simplest way. Or you can email Dani@DaniDFitness.com. But on here, it has 300,000 views on WorldStar.
And which is pretty much, like, up there with some of their top videos that are trending. And I was so excited for more than one reason. I love WorldStar. So shout out WorldStar. But all the comments have been so motivating and inspiring, and talking about being in the TJ Maxx parking lot, coming to tears. I had a client today, the first time she actually saw it was today. Yeah. And talking about how, like, she almost started tearing up after watching the actual video. And everybody's been so supportive and, like, being, like, changing, like, making decisions, starting to get their movement in again, things like that, all because of this video. And it's been really awesome having that, like, positivity poured onto us.
And it's right here. Like, you can see it, guys, on WorldStar. just go, you can Google it. WorldStar Hip Hop. That's my video.
That being said, some of these comments on WorldStar are absolutely ridiculous. If you got some time, just find the video on WorldStar and go through some of these comments. Man, I love big booty white women.
Most are about my ass, so there's that.
Oh man, there was one I just saw that I literally almost. I don't know what I can say on
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I bet you them wall muscles would make you cry.
could she?
Oh man.
How could she move that big thing and the tire at the same time?
Imagine road raging and then this chick gets out. My head would get stomped in.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh man. These are. I'm gonna do a whole video just showing out some of these.
Yeah. What's the one on Reddit? It's like what is it? It's like when you slap her ass slaps back or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, what is happening? But anyway, and that's it just makes it more fun, guys. It's like hilarious because again, something you gotta know about my brand. So Blake works for me as a personal trainer, and so as I'm expanding this brand, as I've been doing this brand for the past 3.5 years of my business, started when I was 24. I always try to explain to people to stop caring what other people think. You know what I mean? So when people are like, "Hey, Dani," like I had a lot of people reach out to me like, "Hey, like just make sure you don't read the comments on World Star," or they're like,
I thought that was Amy Schumer for a minute.
Oh my god, what the heck? But then it's like they look at it and then they're like, or they're like, "Hey, just like be mindful and stay positive." I'm like, no, you don't have to worry about me. Like from verbal abuse when I was younger to people straight up telling me these comments to my face all my life about my body, about just like what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, people have always done that to me. And so I've kind of just been used to it and dealt with it, and I pretty much just ignore it. So it's one of those things, like, it's like we laugh, about it. But it's just, again, it's a fun time. It's like, I don't believe in any bad publicity. This was a way for me to get my brand out there so that you could understand that the point of what I do is so that people feel confident. They feel, women especially, but men too, feel good in their body. They love their body throughout their journey, whether they're just starting with, doing some 5-pound weights to maybe they're flipping their own tires, you know what I mean? And I went through my own weight loss journey and lost my weight and shaped out because of lifting heavy. And I believe in strength training. I believe in that motto. And also, my name is Dani. Stop with the Jenny. Man, Jenny. I know it sounds like that, and my girl that I get it, like that she, she said, it sounds like she's saying Jenny. She said Dani. She's somebody that has worked out with me for a year prior. But we laugh about it because it's so funny. Wow. Wow. These are great comments.
Shout out to the return on World Star. Y'all stop talking bad about this white queen. This is my beautiful milk of magnesia.
We don't have to read all of it. We don't have to keep going with that.
Man, I am here for these comments. So on the comments, going back to this is the Love Your Body podcast.
Yes.
With someone that we talk about like you were just kind of mentioning, the verbal abuse, the comments that you get in the different stages of your life, being a not very small female. And like you said, we were kind of like telling you, like, be careful on World Star. All that being said, like, there are some very, very nasty, negative comments. Some of them are meant to be positive of what they would want to do to you if they had the opportunity. But even like we were talking about when the girls were on about like, oh, this is what I'd want to do with have a night with a big girl, but would never date. Like all these kind of comments, all this is in fruition in all of these comments of like really good comments, really bad comments, everything from transgender or lesbian, like all these things. So like, I've been waiting to ask you this when we had the microphones. Yeah. Because I knew this is what we were going to talk about. How have some of these comments, like, what has that been like going through and reading some of these, trying to reply back to people? I know for the most part all these comments are positive, but there is some negative out there. Yeah. How's your mindset and like approaching reading some of these?
Oh, my mindset's been great. I mean, it's literally like if somebody comes back with like a negative thing, right? Everybody on TikTok has been clapping back. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's just one of those things where it makes me feel really positive. And also, when you do negative comments, it comes out of a place of insecurity. And it's very obvious and it's very unfortunate to watch. And I've watched it my whole life with people from close friends to, family, stuff like, and just people like that. And so it's one of those things where like, I have seen it firsthand. So like, it's just interesting, and it's so funny because I don't know. Different people have. I mean, it's yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, people that will say that I have an easier life because of the color of my skin. It's very interesting, for sure. Especially when I'm on World Star, and House of Highlights and Reddit. It's funny to see everyone's perspective. But again, it's your right, it's your choice, to say what you want to say. But all I know is I worked hard. I trained for I think it was like 8 or 10 weeks for that competition, maybe a little bit longer, and busted my ass, literally like training and fighting for what I want while owning my own business, and trying to have a social life. And I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I I went there and did what I came to do. You know what I mean? And I love that. And so, I don't know. I just feel like there's really nothing that can get me down, because this is such a cool thing. And literally in my life, at the moment I posted that video, I finally felt good, like, again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just with everything.
So, with the overwhelmingly amount of comments,
yeah.
Did the positive comments make the negative comments not cut as deep? Or if all it was, hypothetically, was all negative comments, would you still have this mindset?
No, I would still have this mindset, because the fact that we're at 8 million views means that my message got out there. So even if only 20,000 people commented, that means there's all these millions of people that saw my message, and it maybe helped one person. You know what I mean? And I know it's helped a ton of people, because people have reached out, so that their kids have been like, oh my gosh, like, that must be the strongest woman in the world. Like, I want to be like her when I get up, or when I grow up. When I've had people who have said that they were crying about it. Like you were saying, like, people have messaged me directly, followed my Instagram. They're like, we're here to stay. We want to see what you have to offer. We want to see what you're doing to change the world. Because all I've ever wanted is to help people feel safe in their bodies, to feel safe when they come into the gym to train with me, to train with us, to be able to love themselves throughout this very vulnerable time of weight loss, muscle gain, whatever your drive, whatever it is that you're fighting for. And that's why we say fight for what you want. You know what I mean? And embrace this journey, because I just want people to know that the things that we worry about, like if I were to sit here and worry about these comments, you know what I mean? All the negative and stuff like that, it would just be a disservice to myself. It'd be a waste of time. I would feel sad, and I don't want to feel sad. I want to live this life. I want to enjoy it. I want to have fun, and that's what it's all about. And that's what strongman, is for me, is doing really cool things and enjoying the process. And the fact that this many people got to see it, got to be exposed to strongman, something that built me helped me build my community and confidence for my personal fitness journey, and that aligned really well with my brand and Dani Fitness. It just, it all just coincided, but I don't know. It's weird, because it feels like it still hasn't set in, but it's like people have literally come back at me and been like, we knew you would be great. Like, we knew you would be destined for the good things. You know what I mean? And being able to get in front of this many people is the good thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To be able to share the brand and share the message. And I feel like we've made a positive impact in Nashville, but again, I want to make a positive impact everywhere.
Good stuff. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, how does this make you feel about, like, this is a bigger reach, a bigger net we're able to throw?
Right.
And continuing to spread the positive.
Yeah.
And, like, how does this make you feel moving forward? Even if it's just this one viral video, but it's not like we're creating content trying to go viral.
Right.
But with this opportunity that's basically fallen into our laps, like, how does that make you feel about the next step of what you're trying to do with your brand, your business, and this message you're trying to send?
Yeah, and that was also really a good point about we didn't even know what viral was literally a week ago. And also, if you look at it, it says I'm following 15 people. That's because before this happened, I had like 3 followers, and I was following like 2 people. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to use TikTok, but I just, like, with everything and running a business and keeping my clients happy and, helping them and on their journey, and then doing a podcast, and then creating a Love Your Body journal, designing shirts, what else?
Just the
my fitness events, workout videos, online training, fitness events to help proceeds for St. Jude, the American Lung Association, my dance format, Move Fit. I mean, there's just so much that I try to do, and that's why I expanded and got Blake on for him to help me, because I obviously, like I'm saying, I need it. Like, I need that support and need someone to help me navigate through.
Wait, what did you just say?
Oh no, don't do that. I'm sorry. I don't need you. I want you to be here. Okay. Jeez Louise. Just one thing, and now he's got a big head. It's like he got 8 million views, right?
Yeah.
Right. Anyway.
I'm the mastermind behind the scenes.
You're not, man. He didn't even know I posted the video. Don't even act like you take credit for this.
You need me.
Were you there? I was getting my hair done, and I was like, I think I'm gonna post this video
it was
today.
on my Google Doc.
No, what are you talking about? I did not even think about it. Okay, anyway. But also, too, the mindset behind posting the video was that I was just so confident and was so happy and was just having a good day that I was like, I just want to share joy. Like, this was a big moment for me when I won that competition. Like, I just want to share it. And, like, that right there, stepping out of my comfort zone, doing something that, like, I'm not really familiar with, like TikTok, and literally breaking the stereotype. So, flipping a tire that none of the other females could flip. Fighting for what I want, continuing to go even when I saw people literally walk away, it's just one of those things where I was like, I'm doing this for me. And that's the message is that you have to start a healthy lifestyle journey by deciding that you want to do it, not what your boyfriend wants you to do, your partner wants you to do, your friend wants you to do, your parents want you to do. You have to decide to fight for it. And once you do, we're here for it. We're ready to help. But it just becomes that thing of like, you have to decide. So, go back to what your question was. You remember?
No.
The mastermind is it behind it, or what are you saying?
Mean, that really wasn't a question. I know you need me.
Or any questions that you've seen people
just
ask.
Moving forward with like what to expect. I mean, we're not here just trying to just be viral influencers and put out funny videos. Like, we actually do have a real message. Yeah, we have a message. We have an agenda of spreading joy. I'm here.
Started to. I'm not gonna go there. Okay. All right. Yes. I'm spreading joy. You're right. And so. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're leading this whole body positive movement, and I am right behind you on your coattails.
I like it.
Yeah.
So sure. with the expansion, I mean, the idea, the idea is to hype man for sure.
Yeah.
The goal is to have people be able to see the message, you know what I mean, and be able to believe in themselves and believe in the body positive movement. Because again, I am not for those listening at home, I am not a obese person. I am not an overweight person. I am a larger frame body. I've always weighed more than most women. But that's just my bones. That's my structure. I, like we said before, compete at middleweight. And so for me, like, I look at the body fat, I look at my metabolic rate, I look at being healthy, I look at how I feel. There's so much more to it than the weight loss and the body fat loss and things like that. It's just more about loving yourself throughout that journey. And that's what I did. And so I want to help people streamline that. You know what I mean? I don't want you to waste time caring so much what other people think or, stressing mentally over things that really don't matter. You know what I mean? I want you to feel beautiful and find one positive about your body each day, and write it in your Love Your Body journal or whatever it is. I want you to be able to embrace this life, because some women can't even get out of bed in the morning without crying. Or not being able to look in the mirror. I couldn't look in the mirror at myself fully until I was like 19 years old, and it was upsetting. And it just made me feel just depressed and that I wasn't worthy. And I continually used to compare myself to other people because people always told me that I should. They told me that something was wrong with me or that I didn't fit into the mold of what a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl in Tennessee should look like. You know what I mean? And so when I started letting that go, that's when everything came to fruition. And I think that's why manifesting this happened. Because all I said was literally the day before was I would really like to reach some more people on my Instagram because I would really like to, I don't know, you know what I mean? I would really like to help them. And I just wanted to, make that happen. And literally the next day, all these followers come in on Instagram and it was from a video I posted on TikTok. So that was really cool for me, you know, because then more people can see what we're doing from the day to day, not just one viral video. And they can see that we're out here working. We're out here trying to break the stereotype of what healthy and strong look like. We both don't fit any type of mold. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it special. That's why Blake is my lead body positive trainer. And yeah, so I mean, when it comes to expansion, I obviously am wanting more trainers under me, under the brand, to help people understand the language behind Dandy Fitness, the emotion, the accountability that my clients get, the fight that I help put in people and just motivate them. I mean, I have people wearing my shirts right now in Texas, New York, Wisconsin, Indiana, I mean, all over the place, Florida, Arizona, Colorado, and like literally they're just wearing it to represent the brand, right? And because they believe in it. They want to love their body more. They want to fight for what they want more. They want to get their movement in more. All these things help them. I wear my band every day. I got one band that says fight for what you want. I got my pink band that says for Move Fit, which is my dance format, because I dance too. I was a competitive dancer. That says body positivity, and it says love your body. So I look down at these, and it helps me stay focused on my journey, you know, and that's what it can help, I think, everybody stay focused. So
I mean, this whole thing's just been absolutely crazy to watch. I'm very honored to be a part of all of this. I'm here for these comments. It is
ridiculous. But I'm flattered though. But I mean, and a lot of it is about my body, but a lot of the women out there are very about the fact that it was something strong and it was cool, and like, and you know, there's people that are like, oh, well, it's only technically 250 pounds on one side. You know what I mean? It's like, and so it's just like
from people that ain't never flipped. I bet these dudes that are saying that ain't even that hard, ain't even changed a tire, much less flipped one.
Right.
Come
so
at me, bro.
It's just one of those things where like I am naturally strong, but it has taken a lot of work, a lot of, you know, just mindset, not fearing things, and just going all in for things, and going all in for what I want to get to this point. So I don't know. We would love for more views, more comments. You know, obviously, if you want to reach out on Dandy Fitness 1 on Instagram, you can ask me direct questions. If you have anything so we can help you. You know, if you want to order any apparel, please just reach out through there as well. Yeah, Blake, do you have any, like, what else do we want to talk about? Like, I mean, I'm still overwhelmed, you know, because it's amazing. Because I can't even imagine what 8 million people, I can't even, like, imagine that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that looks like. Is that Texas? Is that Tennessee? Is that like,
I would imagine that that's going to be somewhere, that's got to be more people than live in Tennessee. I could be very wrong. And,
we don't know.
Yeah, I'm Googling that because I feel like I just put my foot in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was right.
Okay.
Population of Tennessee is 6.829 million.
Wow. Shit.
Over a
million.
Okay,
I can kind of imagine it now. Okay.
The entire population of Tennessee plus a little over a million more people.
I like it.
Wow.
I like it.
Still can't wrap my mind around it.
I can't either. Also, there was a girl that saw me at Kroger and was like, I saw you by Fangirl and I didn't want to say anything or whatever. Please come up to me. I would love to I would love to do it like a selfie. I would love to just talk to you if you have questions. I mean, anything. I usually always got my stuff on me in the car. So if you need a shirt, you need a sticker, you want a hug, I mean, you know, whatever.
Do you need something flipped?
I did have to push a car out of the snow the other day, so.
But like, I wasn't even tagged in the video. I was just in it for a glimpse. My account is not even close to viral.
Right.
And even at the gym the other day, I mean, there was like a group of kids that were over there like whispering, and then finally one of them came up to me and was like, hey, excuse me, sir. I think I saw you on TikTok.
Sir, I saw you on the TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in my mid-30s. I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was me.
That was me. Always getting Dani's videos. Yeah. You'll see them in the rest of the videos I'm going to be posting, guys. And that's another thing, too. So if you've been wondering about that, I have done, I want to say in total 10 strongman competitions, including 2 nationals over the course of the past 2 years. And or 2.5 years. And so if you have any questions or want to know like what I'm going to be posting about, like it's going to be all kinds of stuff related to Dani Fitness, loving your body, Move Fit, strongman competitions, workouts, all that stuff. So please you know, if you haven't yet, follow on TikTok, follow on Instagram to see the message, see the mission. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, we would. I'm Music City Strongman on everything.
So you can go take him out as well. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And we put this podcast out every Wednesday. So we'd love to have you subscribe and leave a 5-star review.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
We're just getting started. There's going to be giveaways. There's going to be all types of partnerships. There's going to be all types of events.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
And I already do fitness events, guys. So if you need any sponsorships or anything like that, like, we'd love to have you. So let's get it.
Let's go.